How do you know that you're going to get an ROI or return on investment out of working with us? Well, that's a very interesting question for people that are very math oriented. So let's break down a pipeline of opportunities, because all we optimize for is motivated sellers that get on the phone with you, that have a higher chance of being interested in selling, and they want to move forward relatively quickly. So let's say that you want to close one deal to make things simple. We know by industry standards that generally only 25% of LOIs close, which means 1 out of 4. So if you want one deal, it means that you need to submit at least 4 LOIs to make things worth your while. Now, let's say that, of course, not all the deals that you're going to look at are going to be worthy of an LOI. So let's say that you need 10 times more opportunities in order for you to justify getting these 4 LOIs through the door. That's 40 qualified opportunities that you need to get through the door. Now, we need to then define what is the time frame and how fast you want to get these deals across. Let's say that your time frame is 6 months or 4 months for that matter. Let's use 4 months because it's easier for the math purposes. That means we need to generate 10 of these opportunities every single month in order for you to hit your target of 1 LOI that has a chance of actually closing and materializing. Now, of course, we will want to build the system so it is optimized for that outcome. And some of you might say, well, I have a shorter time frame for executing on a deal. And I want you to be very careful about that, because a lot of people will promise you more deals that you can imagine in a short period of time, but that is actually a false promise, because this system and kind of like finding deals takes time. Not only because people take a bit of time to decide whether or not they want to sell the company, right? But also because every single time you enter a marketplace, there is going to be a portion of it that is interested in selling the company right now. They already made the decision, they went through all the processes, they're ready to act. But there's going to be a huge proportion of them that might consider a sale, but it might not be ready. So they might mature over 3-6 months time. And so it is important for us to look at that trajectory and that longevity of the pipeline so that we can then get as many opportunities through the door, which is why I always recommend you look at a time horizon of at least 3 months and upwards, so that you can get all the positives that might come in from people that needed just to come up with a decision and ultimately can pull the trigger on this deal that they want to close or this company that they want to sell. Monetary figures, I mean, that's really a non-issue, because if you're thinking about thousands of dollars worth of investments in deal origination and you're closing multi-million-dollar deals, it's like comparing apples to oranges. Clearly, you're going to get a return out of closing one deal, even if you're closing a small transaction like a $1 or $2 million deal. So that's a non-issue.